Welcome back. We're going to be looking at how is it that we apply the HACCP principle within a large food industry. Now, the intent of the HACCP system is to focus on the critical control points. And that is step 2 of the HACCP principles that we discussed earlier. You're going to be redesigning any operation that is considered as a hazard. So, of course, you have to ensure that you identify the hazard and you look at the critical control points that are found. HACCP should be applied to each specific operation separately. So you're going to be looking at each operation and you're going to be applying the HACCP. You're not going to be crossing over operations. Right? The HACCP application should be reviewed and necessary changes made when any modification is made in the product process or in any step. So it is quite flexible, it is not rigid. So any change you make, you have to review your HACCP approach and make the necessary changes accordingly. It is important when applying HACCP to be flexible given the context within the application. So you're in charge of a large food industry and you're part of the food safety team. The first thing that you have to do is to ensure that you assemble a HACCP team. And this team has to be multidisciplinary because you have to think about those persons who will be involved in the production of the product, those persons who will be involved in the marketing. So it is going to be a multidisciplinary team. All those persons who have the expertise must be a part of this team. If the expertise does not lie within the organization, then you'll have to seek that from outside. Then you must have a clear description of the product. A full description of the product should be developed, including information on composition or method of distribution. This is very critical so that you don't miss any potential hazard that could affect this product. Then you're going to identify its intended use. Sometimes we have things documented elsewhere, but we want to see it outlined and to see every single thing that you're going to be using. How is it that this product is going to be disseminated? How is it? Who will transport it? So that all the potential hazards will be identified, right? Who will eat? Who will consume? All of these things must be considered. You're going to be constructing a flow diagram because once you document and you outline and you capture all those persons who will be involved in the production, who will be consuming this, then it provides clear guidelines and you will not miss any hazard that will affect the food, right? Then you can do an on-site verification, right? So the HACCP multidisciplinary team, you can now visit, you can now go through, walk through, and you're going to match what you have documented with what you're doing as you do that walkthrough. So, list all the hazards associated with each step and consider any preventative measures to control the hazards. And if you recognize this is linking back to principle number 1, then you're going to apply the HACCP decision tree to each step. That is really principle number 2. We're looking at your critical control points. And then you're going to be establishing critical limits for each critical control point that you have identified, which is principle number 3. And then you're going to be establishing a monitoring system for each CCP, right, which is principle number 4. And then you're going to establish any corrective actions, which is principle number 5. Establish your verification procedures, which is principle number 6. And establish and document your record keeping, which is principle number 7. And then you review accordingly, because remember, it is very flexible. We're going to be taking a break. When we return, I want you now to apply you're going to be given a question, and I want to see how you respond. You're going to be testing yourself to see how you respond to this question based on what you have gathered here. See you soon. We'll be right back.